Hello, hello. Welcome to today's reading. Messages of love and release and change and gratitude and joy and all of the things. Let's get into it. I am just so grateful for the bloomage. Look at this. This is all from the same um, rose bush. It actually was like, it used to be like this really soft, soft white. And because it's been growing beside my rugosa, it's been slowly like changing, slowly changing. It's been slow and steady, but it has been prolific. Here's one with the I found with the try in there. So beautiful and such a testament to like plants communicating to each other under the soil, under the surface. Communications happening below the surface. Okay. So today, regardless of what day it is for you, because these readings are timeless, so whenever you are meant to hear the messages, this reading will come across your feed or you will be drawn to it. But we are tapping into a full moon, the full moon energy. Okay. So let's see what the messages are for us today. So we've got loyalty. Beautiful. The energy of loyalty helps you remain loyal to yourself. Sometimes this might mean being disloyal to a good friend. Once you've learned how to do this, you can be loyal through and through without forgetting yourself. In order to love ourselves, someone else might feel hurt. And this is so the case, right? This is why when you start to take back your power, a lot of people refer to it as your villain era, because sometimes speaking your truth or doing what you need to do is going to be upsetting or disappointing to somebody else. And you have to be okay with that in order to give yourself what you need, right? Um, if somebody needs your help, but your nervous system can't handle let's say the trauma drama, and you say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do this for you. And then they're really disappointed and upset because they needed you. Um, this is it. This is one of those things. That's just an example, but you know what I mean, right? I love it. I love it. Oh, these roses. Okay. Um, let's go over to the runes and see what supporting rune or runes want to come out here. So we've got alges and ansus, and then degas. Okay. Let's see what the runes have to say to us to add to this loyalty, self loyalty, self loyalty. Okay. There it is. Alges, the stag, protection, defense, courage, independence, and higher self. Well, that feels right. The king stag stands proud and tall with mighty antlers. He bestows his protection on all in his kingdom. Leading by example, the stag teaches the young how to show courage in the face of danger. Alga's energy brings a powerful connection to divine consciousness. This rune is an aid to speak and commune with the spirit and the higher powers. In a reading, it references a connection with the gods and an awakening. You have been granted divine protection, and that is also a teaching force, and you are encouraged to be in a state of listening. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So this is, well, protection, defense, courage, independence, an aid to speak and commune with the spirit and the higher powers. And this is how you connect with self to see how you feel before moving forward, right? Before responding, before engaging, before committing. Okay. And if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no, you know what I mean? Okay. Let's see. We got some Mims blessing here. Hi, that's you. Are you blessing the reading with your cuteness? Yes, yes, she is. She's getting really good at making sure the darkness doesn't come in, guarding the door and smacking him when he gets close. Good job, Mims. Good job. Yes, yes, you're good. Okay, where's is it Fehu? No, Anus. Anu. Oh, there you are. Communication, insight, divine inspiration, order, and true vision. The highly intelligent raven is always alert, and like the god Odin's ravens, Hugin, thought, and Munin, memory, who are often his eyes and ears, are out in the world. He is who are his eyes and ears out in the world. He is always collecting information, flying high. He has clear sight over all. There's your higher self, right? That's where your higher self exists above you. So that's why it's got the best views of who, what, where, why, right? That's why when you connect with them, they know your higher self, um, just knows more, right? Okay, Anzus is the rune. Oh, sorry. Flying high, he has a clear sight over all. You can hear him calling out as he passes on messages of both good news and warning, which is interesting. It wasn't a raven, it was a crow this morning. I always have my window open, and usually it's birds that are serenading me when I wake up. But this morning, a crow landed really close and did like a caw, caw, caw. And I was like, okay, I'm awake. Okay, Anzus is the rune of Odin, of divine breath of all creation, and is also called the messenger rune. In a reading, it brings a message of divine inspiration, creation, formation, and transformation. It indicates the strong presence of your ancestors and ancestral line. Anzus represents the arrival of a revelation or insight. Language, with all its uses and powers, is central to this rune. Ooh, that's auspicious. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so we've got this connection to your higher self and overall protection. And, obviously, there's a connection here, messages from your ancestry, which is definitely going to be sorry. Kitties and roses. Okay. Messages, yes, from your ancestors and your higher self and your intuition. This is where everybody speaks through, right? Okay. But you can access your higher self. You don't have to just sit. It's a two-way telephone service. Okay. Okay. And then we've got the beautiful butterfly. Okay, so it did say um transformation brings messages of divine inspiration, creation, formation, and transformation. And then we have Degas, who is breakthrough, awakening, enlightenment, balance point, and transformation. So there's some synchronicities. This is your loyalty, right? To self and your higher, your intuition, your ancestry. Change is dynamic and dramatic. Who could imagine the stunning butterfly would spring from the little caterpillar? As the delicate butterfly unfurls their new wings, a new day dawns, and they are granted a new and higher awareness that they could have. They are granted a new and higher awareness than they could have previously ever imagined. Below, their cocoon hangs in the place where before and after meet. Dagaz has a beautiful, brilliant, light-filled energy. It represents the awakening and clarity that daylight brings. When this rune appears, there's hope and happiness, bold change, and a new beginning. It is a good time to start something new. Dagaz refers to a daily cycle, in contrast to longer, gentler time periods like Jira's year cycle. Dagaz also speaks of balancing opposite forces, such as light and dark, mental, emotional, masculine and feminine, doubt, and certainty. Hey, what was that? Is it tickling you? Is it a rose? Okay, miss. Okay. So beautiful little transformation, loyalty to self trifecta here, um, confirming each other. We've got messages. So messages can be inspirational thoughts, great ideas. They can also represent like actual messages coming to you. Um, Messages, they come to you in all kinds of ways, right? That's what we're doing right here. I'm tapping into the energy and pulling messages out. So messages can come to you through readings like this, through song lyrics, through overhearing a conversation that somebody like a part of a conversation, and what they say resonates. Right? There's lots of different ways that messages can come to you. What do you think you're doing here? Mims wants to be part of the reading, I think. So she's definitely the playful message here. This is chaos. Okay, so I had there's two pots on a table, and she likes to jump up in between the pots to jump up onto the fence. And this table has been outside for a while. Anyways, a piece of it broke, and one of the pots went flying and smashed, crashed, broke, dirt everywhere. And one of my plants that was doing really well growing out of it smashed on the ground. Okay. And so this could represent like a tower moment because it was an unexpected thing. Like I'm just sitting peacefully having coffee in my garden, and all of a sudden there's this smash, boom, bang. Okay. And so I go and I clean it up while I'm over there picking up the shards of the terracotta pot and redistributing the soil that was in it, replanting the plant in a new location. And I ended up picking up the old crocuses that were kind of strewn about, pick them up. Um, I ended up trimming some of my lilac and this cottonwood tree that I had growing in my backyard and just tidied up the place. And then when I sat back down after it was all done, taken care of, fixed, or whatever, I realized that I actually like the area was freshened up and it looks better without that pot there. Like just, feng shui wise, it just works better. And so these tower moments are exactly that. They are these unexpected things that change um, what was to something else. And they don't always have to be a bad thing. They don't have to be, um, I guess how you receive, how you respond matters as well, right? And I could have very much been like, what the heck? And, yelled at Mims because she inadvertently caused this chaos. It wasn't your fault, was it? And, and then fought against it and worried about my plant. And, but I just was like, huh, okay. And then dealt with it and moved on. And so, this maintaining your emotional momentum, your state of homeostasis, your regulated self. This is that loyalty to your heart, to your nervous system, to your internal um, peace. Okay. And that's where true strength comes from. Because now you're in full control of how you interact with the world and how you respond to it, right? Chaos or otherwise. And certainly, um, because of this, get more of what you focus on. Well, we need to be as detached and unaffected by anything that we don't want more of. And when it's something, that makes us feel good, that we're excited about, that we, well, just makes you feel good, then absolutely make a big deal about it. Talk about it all the time. Tell your neighbor, take a picture, frame it, relive it, re-feel it. But this is that taking control of your life and choosing what you respond to, how you respond to, how you move through the world. Okay. And that in turn will um, dictate, determine, create a positive feedback loop. The universe wants to give you more of what you focus on. It's like some universal law thing. Okay, look it up. All right. So we've got these two cards. Mims is making things different here. So let's just roll with it. Okay, she's chaos. So we will roll with chaos. So these two flipped out first. Strength behind your emotional stability, okay, which is your loyalty to self, okay, and allows you the ability to tap into your higher self, to the messages and things that will help support, inspire, add to. Okay, this is that self-tempering. Okay, that sort of um, knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them, knowing when to walk away, knowing when to run. Okay, so I think this kind of validates what I was just talking about. There's a time and a place to respond accordingly, and the more control you have over your responses, the more strength that you're going to have. Okay, so we can feel the rage, right? Like I'm neurodivergent, and so I'll be doing something and something will catch or hit or flip or do something wrong. And immediately I feel this like whoo, inside of me, like rage. I just want to lose it, right? 0 to 1,000. But I just recognize that tendency and I temper myself because I understand that, A, I'm probably just going to break something if I respond or react. And so I pull myself in, I take a deep breath, and I move forward intentionally, right? Um, and it does take practice, but this is this kind of loyalty to self, right? It's like, no, I'm not going to allow this minor insignificant thing, inconvenience that doesn't mean anything really, um, to take over my whole mood, to enrobe me in its chaos, right? I'm just going to be like, yep, that was annoying. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to pick that up slowly and deal with that and then move on, right? Because there's always those things in life, but we've got free will. We can choose. We can choose. Okay. So we've got the chariot coming in here. This is fast moving energy. And I feel like this is the strengthening that happens here. Okay. The strengthening of the flow in your favor. Okay. And this is the patience necessary to allow yourself the time to choose how you respond. Okay. This is a show of strength, your patience. It's amoebas. Amoebas are the one cell organisms where you poke them and they respond. They're not choosing. They are just doing what they're meant to do. But that's what makes us different. We have free will. We have consciousness. We have all these other faculties, perhaps, that afford us the ability and the foresight or the self control to choose. And so this is choosing something better, okay? We have this wheel of fortune that likes to come out because it wants to bestow us this maintaining of your emotional regularity is what turns the wheel in in your favor. Okay, because the wheel, it's either up or it's down. You're either at the bottom of the wheel or you're at the top of the wheel or you're, somewhere on the side. But the top is the most comfortable spot. You're not having to deal with hanging upside down or right side up on either side, and you're not upside down, right? You are up at the top here. And so this emotional regularity is what turns the wheel in your favor, being at the top. Okay, and that's where all the joy, the luck, the abundance, the overflow is, at the top of the wheel. And so this is what the dedication is. And this is, it's not just like fortune isn't just means or money or stuff, right? This is like joy, happiness, peace, right? Celebration, all of the good stuff that actually matter. Okay, so we have this crossroads. So this is to me that that place that you pause at before responding. Okay. And your king, the king of swords, this is who discerns. Is that worth getting upset about? Is that worth internalizing, bringing it in, making it a part of my day, my moment, my disrupting my peace, my regularity, my momentum? Okay. So the Nine of Wands, I want to say, is like your mind and spirit garden. Okay. This is your connection to the invisible realms. And, we've got the soul star, your higher self here, and it's acting like an internal sun that is nurturing your connections with your higher self, your ancestors, your intuition, your inner nudgings and knowings. Okay. And this, I think, is an important aspect of this all. I think this is the strength of the things growing in your um, like this is how you fertilize the soil of your spiritual and mental garden, through your emotional regularity and the strength of that. Okay, and then one of these two here. Beautiful. So this is telling me, like, once you're an overflowing cup, right, which is what is happening here, this refilling, you can look at this momentum as the filling of your cup. And every time you choose or you step out of it, or you're pulled out of it, or you choose to respond in a way that is going to negatively affect you, you're taking out of your cup. Okay, so the goal is to fill the cup and to overflow. Once you are an overflowing cup, you then are given the ability to manifest um, whatever you want, basically. Right? We've got this cup here. No, okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting. This is what you put in your cup here. Your intention of what's going in the cup. Um, oh yeah, okay. So what's going in your cup? Um, so that when it overflows, and then what grows from your overflow. So yeah, speaking your intentions in, speaking your um, your wishes, like choosing to not speak ill about a person, place, or situation, thing, um, that filling your cup with liquid sunshine. It's like an awareness of what you're putting in your cup. There you go. Thank you. Okay. What are you putting in your cup that is then overflowing? One of my favorite little poem things is your mind is your garden, your thoughts are the seeds. You can plant flowers or you can plant weeds. Okay. And that is what's coming up for me with this. This is your garden, your overflowing cup, your cup. You are the cup. Okay. And this is what you put in it. Okay. Beautiful. Let's see if any other of these cards want to come out into this reading. I feel like this all kind of validated and confirmed what we were talking about in the beginning, and this loyalty. There is the messages from your ancestors. So another confirmation of just divine messages. So yeah, in this state of calm, peace, you are more able to recognize, realize, see, feel, hear all of the things that are for you, right? Like the garden. if I was like, oh my God, and freaking out, my chances of cutting myself on the broken terracotta was a lot higher, right? I'm not seeing things clearly. I'm rushing about. Maybe I'm, breaking other things because I'm banging into it because my mind is so fixated on trying to fix this problem versus just kind of moving with what's happening. And in that chaotic state, right, there's a lot more noise, and so you're not going to catch those little subtle things. Okay, we've got another angel message here. This is the temperance. This is the recognition of um, waiting, and there's also the balancing, right? So they got the two cups there that they're pouring into each other, and that's that balance between the masculine and the feminine, the light and the dark. Your who was saying that? I think the butterfly was talking about this balancing state, right? And um, yeah, it's not about denying or not having at all any chaotic thoughts, feelings, or reactions. It's more about the dedication to self and your loyalty to self to not allow minor things to have more weight than they deserve. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the Queen of Cups. She is very stable and confident and rolling with the flow. She is going with the flow. She's not forcing anything. She's not freaking out. She's not losing her crap. Okay. And then we got the Queen of Wands too. Another confident, capable, feminine energy who is open, receptive, shining with confidence. And the ability to communicate. Okay. And we've got the Two of Cups coming with the work. So that's the balancing of your inner states. It is part of the work, this momentum, right? It's a recognition that it's not easy to rein in the rage, especially at the beginning, right? And there's a level, a degree of self compassion and lenience with self, right? When you do catch yourself getting swept up in an external situation, to not be so hard on yourself, right? The worst thing we can do when we find that we've, allowed ourselves to be disruptive, to pour out of our cup, or, you know, reactive, responsive, whatever, in a way that's less than ideal. The worst thing is then to beat yourself up about it, to be like, you so and such, and you should know better, and why are you doing it? And because now it's like insult to injury, right? So instead, just be like, okay, here we are, we're here, and choose to stop right where you are. That's bringing your power back, taking your power back. You utilizing your free will to be like, okay, this is as far as we go with that. Boom, done. Like, stop, full stop, right? Re-regulate, reground, recenter, redo all the things that you need to do to get yourself back, and then carry on, right? Like meditate, ground, tap in. Okay, because this is the goal. You want to maintain this overflowing, supersizing, beautiful, gorgeous self mastery, self regulation. Okay. That's the loyalty to self. That's the work. Then you are taking back your sovereignty too. You're no longer controllable from external forces. That's where the power is. That's where the magic is. Yeah, boundaries. Boundaries, okay? This is the boundary line that you create for yourself. This is the line in the sand that you draw and say, okay, I am going to do whatever it takes to maintain and regulate my emotional stability, my inner state. Because my peace of mind, my peace of soul, my peace of heart is of the utmost importance. Right? Just think about like raising your children if you have children, right? Like when you're stressed, when you're chaotic or just stressed, we'll just say stressed as like the blanket statement for all of the above, right? Or all of the below. And you're interacting with your kid is the one that's receiving the overflow of that, right? And so this is that fix your own oxygen mask before fixing your kid's oxygen mask, because you are of more value and have more to offer when you are fully oxygenated. Okay. Okay. So the Hermit came out, and this is exactly that. Like, whether you are actually physically or otherwise hermiting or not, this is that self dedication that you create for yourself, this internal um, vow to be whole with yourself, your whole self. Okay, I'm just gonna go through one more little ways here. Anything else want to come out for this from this deck before we move on to another one? That one? Before we move on to another one. That one? Okay, so the Queen of Swords. Okay, so we got the King, Queen of Swords. This is that balance. This is that, the balance between, and the importance of discernment and the ability to cut away those feelings. Don't deny them. See them, acknowledge them. I see you. I acknowledge you, but you have no power here, right? It's like, somebody knocks on your door with a bunch of chaos, and they're like, "Hey, would you like this chaos for $5?" And you're like, "They're cute, but no, thank you. No chaos here. Goodbye." And you close the door, right? You don't need to bring them in. You have this choice, okay? And this is your reward, your abundance, your emotional stability. This is also like long lasting, right? This is the kind of momentum that you build that gets easier. It really does. It gets easier as you go. The more you are immersed in this self regulated peace state where you can hear your messages from your higher self, where you can trust your internal nudges and your intuition, it gets so much easier to say no to the noise, to say no to the crazy, to the chaos. Okay. And that in itself is a long lasting kind of abundance. Okay. But I feel like this self-regulation and getting that wheel to turn in your favor, this is something that is greatly going to affect your quality of life. Okay. On all the levels. And I really feel like this intention setting power that you create and overflow, that you pour into your cup, overflows and blooms and blossoms into beautiful, beautiful things. Okay. This is why we have all the roses here today. This is the kind of abundance that you will start to create a positive feedback loop with. So beautiful. So beautiful. Okay. I'm going to get a crystal card here. See what the crystals have to say. They want to add or confirm anything. Yeah, remember, breathe, ground. Maybe you have to stop, turn around, walk away, focus on something beautiful, like the smell of these beautiful, beautiful roses here. Also, I tried to pick one of them and realized that they were growing on the same stem. So that was kind of beautiful. And a perfect little highlight for this balance, right? This balance within. Oh my God, they smell so amazing. Okay. Okay, let's see if any of these crystal cards want to come out. That one. That's not it. Higher truth. Transformation, growth, and movement. So there's a beautiful confirmation already. Oh, and it goes this way. Discerning your truth is an ongoing process of discovery, as each new experience provides opportunity for insight and reflection. Listen to the quiet voice of your heart to discern your truth. Beautiful, right? Okay. This card is a powerful omen that indicates your recent thoughts and feelings are aligned with your inner knowing. You are guided to express these truths through the choices you make on a daily basis. Allow these truths to empower your life so you can be fearless and step into the universal flow of creation. There you go. That's what's happening in these two cards. Your inner wisdom will guide you towards realizing your fullest potential. Trust your inner knowing and embrace your highest understandings. Okay? Gorgeous, beautiful spirit confirmations. Okay? This is exactly it. This is exactly it. Okay, I'm going to not take one of those. I'm going to. Okay, mushroom cards. They're so cute. Have to. Let's see if the mushroom deck wants to come out. I've been eating so many mushrooms. Now that I go to the market and I found this mushroom grower. Every week I just go and I get all the mushrooms for the week. And they're so yummy. The maitake though, oh, it's so good. It's so good. I tried the black pearl king oyster, which is a little bit soft, mushy, marshmallowier. A little on the chewy side, how I've been cooking it so far. And I also tried lion's mane, which I tried like doing little steaks with the King Kong, and it's just interesting and delicious. And I haven't declared it or anything, but I haven't eaten meat in a long time. I mean, yes, I love cheese and cream and sour cream and butter and eggs. So I'm not like not a meat eater. I just haven't eaten any like meat, like chicken or beef or pork. Just an observation more than a resolution. Is it a resolution? Okay. Oh, there we go. We got one. Capture. Okay, mushroom spirit 26. Go after what you want, but don't hold on too tightly to it. The red cage mushroom is effective at what it does, and that is it gets what it wants. The holes in the cage are too large to hold anything in, but the gleba is inside, so the flies must go in. The flies don't ever get stuck. They are not trapped, just enticed by what is on offer. They have formed a relationship with the cage mushroom, one of mutual reciprocity. The message here is to know what is necessary to capture your dreams. Do whatever it takes until you get what you want. Learn what you need to do to acquire to manifest what you want. Do you need to upskill, read and research more, do a course, or ask questions from others? Ask yourself, what do I need to do to bring me what I want? Once you understand what is needed, put your plan in place and execute it. Form the relationships you need and make progress towards your goals. It is only you who can set the trap. When you capture what you are trying to, let it go. If it can come and go freely, it will set the wheels in motion for the larger purpose you needed for it to manifest. Something that may have seemed frightening at first may reveal to you it is here to help and has a greater purpose than you assumed. Okay, so there's some messages in there. And I'm getting that, developing this mutual reciprocity with the universe and this going with the flow is allowing this space in between, right? Not trying to trap anything. You're not holding on to anything that is going to be weighted, that's going to weigh you down. Okay. Take what resonates for you there. And we're going to get some kitty confirmations here. And what else we can do to help with our internal regulation and dedication to self, to our hearts, to our peace, to our flow. Purification. Meet Calico, the maven of purification. She shows up in your life when it's time to let go of everything that no longer serves us. Long ago, she used to be a sad little kitty and believed that was just who she was. When she realized that sadness was not her at all, but a heavy cloak she had been wearing for much too long, she let the cloak drop off her shoulders and felt as light as air. Now she is simply pure being. What old beliefs, stagnant energies, or unhealthy habits can you toss to the wind in order to set yourself free? Beautiful. This works with this cage, right? What kind of things are you attracting in? And what kind of things are you holding on to? And don't do those things. But this awareness, right? This tending to your mind garden, your emotional garden. Okay? There you go. There's the messages for today. What do you think about that? I hope there was some good stuff in there for you. And that, yeah, you are reminded of your dedication to yourself, or maybe right now you are going to declare a level of dedication to yourself and your emotional stability. Okay, because this is how you transform your internal and then your external, or vice versa, or in tandem. Okay, your path is uniquely your own. So use your intuition, trust it, develop that clear channel between your higher self and your heart, and be joyful. Okay, there you have it. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you and wish you good luck on your moment to moment choices for peace. Okay, love you. See you next time. Okay, bye.